街のガラスに寂しげに映った自分ムカつくんだそんな自分も無関心な世界も Hey hey 答えて誰かいませんかずっと探しても答えないや Hey hey 僕だけが僕を作るならどうだっていいなんて思わないで本当の声を
What's good, everybody? Welcome to what the heck? Oh, my B. Anyway,
something about
welcome, guys, to the podcast, episode 3 of the Teyvat Hangout. All right, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Welcome. Yes, so today we are finally debuting Mini Valk.
Oh my god.
Yes. We finally got that done. And then we have our special guest, Soul of an Artist, here. If you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, you thought you just introduced me as Mini Valk.
I just realized what he meant by that.
No. I'm talking about the Mini Valk actual, like, version, image. Because this is a new image for him. He's usually the Raiden Shogun.
Oh my god, it's so funny, dude.
If you go to like my YouTube studio and look up Mini Valk, I have been called that hundreds of times. But other than that, yeah, hi, I'm Soul. I make Genshin community members mad at me.
Yeah, it'd be like this.
That is my introduction.
Yeah, so Valk, you enjoying the new avatar for the show?
Oh yeah, dude. It really captures my my beard.
Glad you enjoyed it, man. Oh man, but yes, thank you.
It looks so out of place. It's beautiful.
It looks good, man. It looks good. Anyway,
well, tell that. Oh, in that case, yes, Drew it. He's my artist. I love you, dude.
All right. So just heads up, as always, the person who drew me and Valk's new avatars is RKTSM. You can check her out on Twitter. If the link is not in the description, it will be there, so you can check her out. Her art, she makes amazing art, and she has commissions. So if you want something nice, consider it. But yes, today special guest is Soul of an Artist. He is here to talk about Genshin, many different topics. It's gonna get quite interesting. Quite interesting indeed.
I got a question.
All right, what's up?
Can I curse?
Yes, you can curse.
Oh, thank God, because I can curse a sailor off his own ship. I just got to make sure beforehand.
Yeah, it's okay. You can curse. All good. So, other than getting the introductions out of the way, I guess we should get into our very first topic that I want to talk about today, which will be banner sales. Oh yes, the Raiden Shogun Kokomi, they did quite well for themselves. As you can see right now on the screen, they actually got second in the first 5-day mark to only the Raiden Shogun banner. So
yeah, Kokomi's carrying it.
Yeah, Kokomi's definitely carrying the banner. But real talk, Kokomi is only making up about 15 to 18% of the sales. It keeps, varying back and forth. I mean, she's doing okay, but it's really Raiden Shogun that's carrying the banner 100%. She is doing some mad work. And this is kind of what we expected to see, right, Valk? Oh, Valk's dead.
Yeah,
no, I'm here.
He's playing, what is it called? Elden Ring.
Oh.
No, not playing Elden Ring, not this time. No, I'm here. I'm listening. I didn't realize it was my turn to speak.
Deny you were playing something. You just said, I'm not playing Elden Ring this time.
yeah. Elden Ring's normally
true.
No, not this time.
You guys are right. Xin Yan's carrying the banner. Of course.
Yeah, guys.
Of course.
Xin Yan.
What do you want me to say? You want me to Raiden Shogun?
I mean, that's what you usually do.
I didn't even need to. I felt like the sales spoke for themselves. I didn't need to say anything.
Okay, that's how you feel.
But hot take about this.
Yeah, go.
I don't understand why people like Raiden so much. She is my second least favorite character in the entire game.
Really? Is it because of her in the story, or is it because of her playstyle?
A little bit of both. Her story it's so bad. They just completely wiped her entire arc under the rug, and it kind of makes me sad. There's so much missed potential there. And I know like her new quest came out earlier. Her new one, I kind of didn't really pay attention to it, but I rewatched the whole thing and read all the logs for it after the story quest was done, and I was not impressed at all. It was so boring.
I mean, the new one, in my opinion, did paint her in a better light, but the thing is that she kind of messed up. She did mess up so early.
In my opinion, it painted her in a worse light, because at the end, Makoto, or whatever the fuck her name is, the The other one, the even was like, oh yeah, I was trying to tell you all this like 500 years ago, you asshole. Like, why didn't you listen to me? And I was like, oh yeah, well,
I mean,
I don't know.
siblings are stubborn. That's how it is sometimes.
It's like a mixture of her playstyle. Her playstyle is fun for like the 6 seconds her burst is active, but other than that, it's kind of boring. What is it? The fucking Constellation. I don't like how a lot of her powers like mine Constellations, but that's a...
Honestly,
that's
I actually like that she actually has early access to, like, a big power spike. Because most characters don't have access to such a big power spike that early. That's part of the reason her sales are doing so well, though. Because people...
Yeah, her C2 is insanely sought after, because it's just... Her C2 takes her from, like, really, really good to the best character in the game.
Well, yeah, I know, but like that's kind of the problem I have with it. It's like I agree that Constellation should definitely give you incentive to pull for them, but I do not think the incentive should be that the margin for it should be that big. It feels like they made a full character and then cut off half of her damage and just sold it.
Xiao's stuff functions extremely similar.
Yeah, but you have to get to C6.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's the thing. Like, the difference between Ganyu at C0 and C6, the power difference is like 108% or something like that. It's in the low hundreds. The difference between Raiden and Raiden C3 is like 130-something%. It's fucking insane for how little it is, and the final reason why I don't really care for her is her design is kind of boring. It's just a bitch in a kimono, and I know all the Archons are boring, but I know all the Archons are boring.
Man. I don't know about that one. I love her design.
I know Venti's just a bard. I know Zhongli's just a dude in a tux, but like, you know, I heard the name Raiden Shogun, and I know my fault. I got my hopes up. It's Mihoyo, but I was like, oh god, she's gonna be a badass samurai in armor, and there's just some bitch in a kimono.
I mean, she got the arm guard.
Yeah. Ooh, the arm guard.
Hey, that arm guard be protecting. That arm guard be protecting. That's all I'm saying. It's a nice touch.
I like
okay, let's be
her
real.
design because it matches her personality. Her personality is extremely reserved, and her design's very like minimalistic in that regard. Yeah. It's really old-fashioned and extremely reserved design, and that's why I like it because it matches her personality.
I mean, functionality-wise, yeah, I get it. It would make more sense for her to like wear armor and ish, but at the same time, she's a god.
I mean, yeah, but like it's just like she is everything I don't like in a character as like personality-wise, and then her sales are the reason why she has good sales bothers me because it's just scummy marketing. I know it's a gacha game. I know we're supposed to get fucked over by the company, but still, and the story was kind of boring. I didn't really care for it. I would have liked her way more as a character if they kind of like kept her as a bad guy, but it feels like they kind of tried to bottleneck a redemption arc in there, and they did a really half-assed job at it. But hey, I mean, hey, at least she's not my least favorite in the game. That title goes to Kuching.
You know, we're not even gonna get into that one.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know why you dislike her.
Dude, that is my hottest hot. My video with the most dislikes is explaining why I hate Kuching. It literally has like 80% dislike ratio. So let's not talk.
Yeah, let's not talk about why you hate Kuching. All right. But yeah, guys, the Raiden Shogun and Kokui banner is doing amazing for itself right now. It is second place only to the Raiden Shogun solo banner. So the sales are going crazy. And I guess, as we said, there's a lot of value. Oh, yep, there he is. There's Archangel. Yep, let's move on. No, we're done talking about it. We're done. All right, so of Drink a Dreaming. So this event, you can lead this one, man, because I haven't really been paying attention.
Love it. It is so fun. I've only played it on live stream, but when I do, I have so much fun with it to the dismay of the people that watch my shit because they get so pissed because I will purposely fuck up the beverage every single time and then get unreasonably angry when the beverage is not what they asked for. Because for some reason, no matter what I mix, I always make this little cup of screaming souls every single time. Which, it's fitting. It's fitting for me, but you know, I don't know. It's fun for me. I mean, the story is awful. Most of the stories for the characters is bad. That's nothing new. But like, they're not awful. I just don't really care for it.
I mean, from what I've seen, there are some parts that are actually pretty nice and interesting, and then there's some it's like, yeah, I should have seen that coming. Like,
will be clowned on for the rest of eternity. Just throwing that out there.
That's facts.
But I don't know. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't usually like events like this, but I had a lot of fun with this one, and I'm really excited for tomorrow when they add the rest of it, and I can just be an absolute dipshit on a live stream and just completely fuck up everything to make my viewers angry. It'll be so much fun.
I think the main reason people like this event is just that it's another side to the characters that they already love. You know what I mean? Except Zhong Li, he literally came in and said the same ish that he always said. Man, it was all about the Osmanthus wine, but you know, that's how it be.
Yeah,
but
I have this like kind of joke where anytime Zhong Li says anything, I'll say it in like English, or he talks like a fucking dictionary. Yeah. So he'll come in, he'll say something, and I'll like say it in normal words. So he'll say something in like eight fucking sentences, and I'll say it in like 3 words. And it's just something I always do, and the entire fucking chat was just saying, like, he didn't ask for Osmanthus wine, this is a fucking sin. Like, how could you, Zhong Li? Great. I love it. And yeah, then Pete fucking finishes it off with, put it on my tab.
Yeah, put it on the Wang Sheng funeral parlor's tab. I was not about that one. I was about to speculate for that. I was like, bro, you better, Hu Tao gonna be angry with you, bro. And
sounds like some payback to Hu Tao for how she's always
Man, she's always paying his bills, man. His debt.
He's always messing with him too.
Well, he deserves it.
Yeah, I agree.
No,
like, he is fucking drinking her funds. So yeah, she
for
can,
real.
Can
and she already has business issues. You already saw that she was struggling to get business. We did the whole event.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Right. Every time I think about Hu Tao fucking with Zhong Li, there's this one video where it's like Hu Tao and she has like a little light switch and she's flicking it to the tune of First Things First, and like she just fucking cuts to Zhong Li and he's like sitting there in the middle of the room and there's a ghost flying around him. The fucking lights are going off and on. He looks like he wants to kill himself. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, it'd be like this sometimes. Oh, another one was when Beidou and Ning Wang showed up. I know the shippers were eating that up. They were. Yeah. No questions asked.
Even I was talking about, I do not give a flying fuck about the ships in this game, because honestly that is just room for getting canceled. But as soon as they started speaking, the very first thing I said was, I was like, they like, Ning Wang said something to Beidou, and I like paused the stream for a couple seconds. I turned to the fucking face cam and I was like, oh, they fucking. The entire.
And then they want to play it off. They're like, "Oh, we came because we're friends." I'm like, "Man, you know you ain't just friends. Dude, stop lying."
Hell no. People are like, bro, they're not in a relationship. That makes no fucking sense.
Nah, man.
They would never tell them they're in a relationship, motherfucker. In Honkai Impact, there are 8 openly gay characters in that game, and I'm pretty sure 6 of them are in relationships. And they do not hide that shit at all. I am just waiting for it to happen, because it's gonna happen.
Man, ever since Lantern Rite, those two have been on like, they were already on my radar, but ever since that Lantern Rite scene, I'm like, I'm watching you two, because you two, you think you sly. Like you ain't. The Shen.
I knew.
I don't even know if this is Asia or NA yet. No, Shenhe. Has she shown up? Yeah, she's shown up.
Shenhua shows up today.
Yeah. So she showed up and she was like, "Oh yeah, I showed up because we're friends." And I was like, "Oh, feels good, man."
It was like, like I don't know. Her personality,
man, I love her.
Bro, no, shut up. Her personality's like wheat toast. What you talking about?
Bro, she's awesome.
I don't care.
She's straight to the point. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and I like that.
I'm trying to bullshit with nobody. And the fact that she's straight to the point, I'm all about.
Look, I can respect a woman who's straight to the point. I'm straight to the point all the time. Fuck your feelings. But like, come on, man, you gotta throw a little zest in there. You can't just.
Well, like, the lore reason of her being so like me, so fucking monotone, is the ribbons.
Feelings sealed.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they're sealing her
the ribbons, because whenever she lets her feelings go loose, she's too strong or some shit like that.
I mean, she's already too damn strong without her feelings.
Come on, you can at least talk with some expression. I don't want to have to sit here listen. You talk like this for the entirety of.
Well, I mean, take off the ribbons, then you'll see something.
Oh yeah, let me just reach on in there and grab them. That should go well.
Yeah, you know, she'll just slam your head against the ground and so you're dead probably. But yeah,
someone would pay for that.
Price you pay, right? That's how it is.
No, I mean, someone would pay for that.
True. I'm looking at you all, chat.
Yeah, you horny bastards. We're looking at you.
All right, so let's talk about the next thing. So, divine ingenuity. We wanted to talk a little bit about this again.
Oh god, I'm just full.
Mario Maker, let's go.
Hated it,
Man.
I hated it.
Some of these levels, man, are questionable. I've seen some that are very questionable.
I played one earlier today because I wanted to because I had said I wanted to talk about it, knowing damn well I knew nothing about this event. So I played some earlier today. Some fucking asshole. I don't know who he was, but the fucking guy, you know who you are, you asshole, made a level that was only beatable if you had Venti, Zhao, what is his name, Kazuha, and Zhongli in the same party.
I thought he was talking about me.
You had all of them.
No Zhongli though. You didn't need Zhongli.
You needed Zhongli because like his pillar. There was a section where like the gap was way too big, and the section before that had you use all of Zhao's elemental skills. And by the way, it had to be a C1 Zhao. Just thought I'd throw that out there. But it was this weird part. It was like a really big gap. There was these spikes under it, and they had these little things on the side, so you couldn't like run out. And what you were supposed to do was you were supposed to walk up to the edge and use Zhongli's pillar. But for some reason, the pillar wouldn't spawn. And I would place it, and it would it'd like shoot off the side like it usually does, but it would just disappear. So I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? And I ran out of time because
yeah, man, they gotta make it a time crunch.
yeah, exactly. It had to be like frame perfect, and I was like, motherfucker, fuck this. And I like left and played a different game, and some dude made a level called I Don't Give a Shit or something like that. It was not I Don't Give a Shit, but it was like I Don't Give a Shit, but the I had like an ellipsis over it or something. I don't remember. And it was a one-way walk. It was one coin, and then right next to it was the end. That was the greatest level I've ever played.
Hey, so feels good, man. Honestly, I'm having like I want to make like a really good level, but at the same time, I'm sitting there like, do I want to make this just so it disappears though? That's what I don't like. The fact that it's not.
Yeah, that's one thing that's kept me from like fully enjoying that event is like you could put your effort all into it and it's gone in like who knows a couple days or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be gone soon, so like, what's the point?
Exactly. Like I had half of mine just to make like a straight line and just call it a day.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was like, why the fuck would I make an obstacle course in here when I can go to my teapot and make some just absolute dog shit, and then that would work just fine.
True.
I could keep that. I mean, yeah, it's gonna suck, but like at least I can keep it.
Yeah.
You gotta be really smart to make something in the teapot.
Oh yeah. Teapot creations are insane, but that's a topic for another day. Wait, Valk, remind me, we gotta get that teapot content creator, bro. That dude's crazy. That dude's crazy.
It was a guy. It was on the like a beach island area, and he had made this like, and you started off. You jumped on this little platform, and it floated up, and then you jumped off and glided into the windmill, and then the windmill would clip into you and pick you up, and then put you in this like box thing. The box would carry you down, and then you would fly forward, and there'd be another windmill, and that would pick you up, and then it'd put you on another island, and you had to do a little bit of parkour. And I'm just sitting here looking at it, and I'm like, do you have a life? Like, what? You sat down. You must be an architectural engineer to get some of this shit to work. How? Could have.
It do be like that sometimes. I mean, teapot. But the thing is that your creativity can go insane in the teapot. Like I've seen things that just don't even make sense to me, but those guys, like, I don't even know what they're doing.
I agree and disagree. I think the space limit, it kind of fucks it.
Oh no, it does.
Because
you got to be really like careful. I mean, it just depends on what you put in it. Because putting in like interactables or like characters takes up a ton of space.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you got to be pretty careful with stuff like that.
I know that, but like, I mean, like, you have all the time in the world to. I would say to fix anything else, but Mahogany doesn't fix shit. Zhao's E has been broken since fucking day one. They're never gonna fix that shit. But I don't know. Like, come on, man, give us something. You're gonna ignore all of our essay or whatever survey questions. At least, yeah, at least. Well, I mean, some people do write essays, so I'm not entirely wrong.
No, you're not.
I mean, like, if you're gonna ignore all of that, give us something in the teapot at least. No.
Yeah, very
Instead,
true.
here is you can cook food manually. Yay.
All right, let's move on to the next topic. All right, so we got to talk about our boy Ayato.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boy.
Oh God.
Yeah. So okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah, you
make
wanted
people
to actually
mad
talk
again.
about this though. So
I'm gonna make people mad again.
all right, go for
I
it.
fucking hate his design. It's fucking dog shit. It looks terrible.
Dang, that's how you
So
feel.
bad. And here's why. Here's why. No, don't get me wrong. I don't think his design is awful. He reminds me of Auto Apocalypse from Honkai, a guy who I hate so fucking much. My favorite scene in all of Honkai is the scene where Auto is brutally slaughtered. That's how much I hate him.
Bro, you don't respect Otto for what he did though?
Yeah, yeah, man, I love the part where he kidnapped
Bro.
Hero's daughter. And
Okay, hold
duplicated
up.
her.
Well, first off, I'm pretty sure Ayato. No, is it Ayato or Dainsley? Isn't it Ayato that shares Otto's VA?
No, Ayato is Otto's VA. Yeah.
Yeah, Ayato is Otto's VA, so you already played yourself on that one. No, but real talk.
I knew that. I knew that going in. It's just like he just reminds me too much of him, which is why I don't like Ayato, because I fucking hate
Yo, but you
hate
have
Otto.
to admit, man, the fact that he was willing to go so far in order to save the person he loved, you gotta respect that.
No, I don't have to respect that. You killed. He killed and brutally tortured thousands of people. It doesn't matter. Like the ends don't justify the means. I disagree. I mean, like, again, my favorite scene is the scene where the Hershey sentence kills him. Like, he's a fucking terrible person. I just don't like him. Nayato's smug smirk, every time I see it, I think of that one cutscene from Honkai. Right near the beginning where he's like picking up Kiana when she's like in the little tube thing. I think about that every single time I see his smug smirk, and it just irks me a little bit. It just irks me a little bit.
Hey, my thing is this: I do hate Otto, but at the same time, I have to respect the drive, man. I gotta respect the hustle. The man did the most. Anyway, moving on though. In the case of Ayato, I don't think he's gonna be causing any crazy catastrophes anytime soon, so I think we're good. But the main thing I'm liking about Ayato is that obviously he looks like Ayaka, but he looks like he's the dependable type of big bro. But from what we've learned about his personality, he has a more mischievous side. Yeah. So that's gonna be kind of nice because we have Ayaka and she's always like prim and proper and straight to basically.
It looks straight out of One Piece to me.
Who does he remind you of One Piece?
This is what he looks like. He looks he looks like one of the Marines out of One Piece.
Actually, he do look like a Marine.
Gotta see this.
He do look like a Marine. Give him a jacket, it's over.
He looks straight out of One Piece. I'm like, oh.
Yo.
Oh my fucking god, you asshole. I will never unsee that.
Yeah, man, put the Marine jacket on him. It's over. Feels good.
Oh my god.
Personally, I like how Ayato looks, personally. But, everybody's free to their own opinion. That's definitely true. And the community was definitely free to their sharing theirs when he was originally shown.
Have you seen the fucking Twitter,
Dude, I
ships?
saw everything.
With him and the second worst character in the game, it's amazing. Like, they just love, and the whole reason, I'll never get over the whole reason why they ship them. Because their hair is perfect together. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, come on, man.
Man, people they ship for whatever reasons. I'm not here to judge them as long as they leave me alone.
And they don't leave me alone anyway. I'm gonna hate on them till the day's end. I will hate on them until I shrivel and perish. Last thing I will say on my deathbed is dislike that post for me.
Oh man. But yeah, we will learn more about Ayato. Should be next week. I don't know if it should be Saturday morning. Saturday morning for us. Saturday afternoon, evening.
You wanted to know
for other
about
places.
Ayato 5 weeks ago.
I mean, yeah, if you guys wanted to learn through that way, but we'll get the preview of what he's actually 100% supposed to be doing.
I had a envision of the future.
Oh yeah. Had some dreams.
Ayato is gonna come out just not I don't know. I was gonna say something I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, let's move on.
I got because I got blacklisted from the content creator program doesn't mean you need to be.
All right.
I mean, being thoughtful and shit.
You got blacklisted?
Yeah. I applied for the content creator program. I had just made a video about I basically shit all over Mihoyo's shitty ass business practices, and
Oh damn.
that was the video that came out like 2 days after I got after I enlisted, and literally, not even kidding, I got a message back the day that video came out, like a couple hours after, and I got blacklisted, and they essentially gave me the reasoning was I was inciting outroar against the community or against Mihoyo. I was essentially blacklisted because I made people aware of shit they were doing wrong. Whoops.
You be
My
like that
apologies,
sometimes.
Mihoyo. Next time I will bite my tongue when I call out your shitty business decisions. My bad.
Well, it do be like that sometimes. But speaking of it, sometimes we need to talk about Chasm, which is also going to be shown in the preview stream next week. So,
Alright, Val, take it from here. I don't know shit about this.
I don't think anybody knows shit about this except that we've been waiting for it forever.
Yeah, you remember?
Well,
you remember? I had
Chasm's a big
friend-
hole in the ground.
Feels good, man.
There we
I
go.
had a friend who was like super obsessed with Baiju. Like, without getting into the nitty gritty details, she like made an OC specifically to hardcore ship with him. Use your imagination. And she was like so invested in Chasm. And one of the leaks, it was like in version 1. It wasn't 1.3. It was 1.4. Or like
They were supposed to be coming in 1.5 initially. Was the leak.
No. I know the first like major leak was 1.5, but I mean like she would find like little snippets of nothing burger information and like send it to me. And the first time she did it was 1.4, and they said it was gonna be Chasm and Baiju and what the fuck is that name of the
Yao Yao.
the little bells in her hair?
Yao Yao.
Yeah, her. Yeah. And I was like sitting there, and I was like, "Ran, where'd you get this information?" She's like, "I don't know. I found it on Twitter." And I was like, "Okay, well,
Yes, good old Twitter.
I'm gonna do what I do best and crush your hopes and dreams and tell you that ain't gonna fucking happen." And literally every single update after that, she would find like a sliver of information about Chasm and just fucking go ham because like Baiju's gonna come out.
Well, that's what they were saying. They were literally like, "Oh, 1.5, nope. 1.6, nope. 2. I'm like 2.0. What do you mean 2.0?
Yeah.
I'm getting Inazuma."
Exactly. And I'm fucking sitting here. I'm sitting here back in my chair. I got my fucking wine glass and shit, spinning it around like a supervillain. Just like, yes, keep getting excited. No, it's never gonna fucking happen. Like, it's gonna happen, but like, y'all, I really hate it when people find like a little sliver of misinformation and just like fucking shove it in everyone's face.
I mean, but people are just trying to run with it, man. They're trying to run with it because that's all they got. All they
I
got.
know, like we don't have shit, man. We don't have nothing. Mihoyo gives you like a little breadcrumb once every 6 months, and the entire community is like, okay, we need to space this out.
Yeah, exactly. Just dragging it out.
Piece. Like, come on, man.
I mean, it's pretty bad. Sometimes we make up stuff just so that we have
Yeah.
to look for.
We make up a little
It's
bit of
so
something
bad,
to
man.
steal
I
something.
remember there was a leak. There was a leaker that said like Fontaine and Natlin are gonna come together. I'm like, what? What do you mean Fontaine and Natlin are gonna come together?
Bro, you remember when people said Yamiko was gonna be the next Ganyu level DPS?
I do remember that.
Bro, I saw that shit and I was like, oh, y'all are just on. Y'all, I don't even know what y'all are on. Y'all are not on Copium anymore. You have ascended to a new level. No. Come on, bro.
I mean,
happen.
I mean, it just be like that, man. Sometimes we just gotta make up ish so we have something to hold on to.
Yeah, I know, but like, Ganyu level DPS. Come on, bro.
Hey, man, a boy can dream, right? A boy can dream.
And where did that get us?
Got us nowhere. That's what it got
Resounding
us.
Disappointment.
Oh man,
I think she's better than people say, but I don't think she's like crazy.
Yeah.
I completely disagree. I think for a 5-star unit, I think she got done dirty.
Her damage on her ult is good, but on her skill, it's dog.
You're right.
That's what I've been telling people from the get-go. I'm like, the skill does not have the multipliers to back up anything you guys are going to pump into it, but the ult is very strong.
You're right. Do I have permission to rant about Yae for a little bit?
Yeah.
So see, the problem with Yae isn't her ult. Her ult is undeniably good. Anybody who says it's not good just doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. The problem with Yae is that in the current situation she's in, unless you're willing to spend money to get her first con, which is not really worth it because of a reason I'll bring up later, her energy issues are so bad that you can't capitalize on attack percent bonuses and other buffs, which she really needs to make the most of that ult bonus, because you need to be running I run 4-piece, what's it called? 4-piece emblem, because that is her best set, in my opinion.
That's what I run too.
It's not even close, because she really needs that energy. However, by running that, you're sacrificing the attack, and as a lot of theory crafters are starting to realize more and more now, attack has a much higher ascending value on characters like Yae have really low attack than another character would have, than, Zhao, for example. Like, Zhao wants a lot of attack because he's got just a shit ton of just damage on damage on damage. Yae doesn't have that, but because she is a catalyst user, because she has naturally low attack, you want to kind of build that up a little bit. Or not naturally low attack, but like naturally low other stats. So you want to try and build up her strengths, and that's kind of the problem. She's too much of two different things, and her energy is an issue even if you have a lot of energy recharge on her, because her particle regeneration is dog shit. And they did it on purpose because you're supposed to run her with Raiden, obviously.
Yep. Yeah, I was about to say that was the marketing scheme. They want to sell Raiden.
Yeah, I've always ran her with Raiden, and I've never seen an issue.
Yeah,
like, you don't have. Yeah, I don't think you should be pulling for Yae if you didn't have Raiden.
That's what I tell people too.
I did say that too. I said that.
I tell them, I'm like, if you get Yae, you better have Raiden.
Exactly. See, we're on the same page here. But the problem really comes in if you don't have her. And even if you can, like, I hear another thing people say is you can bring in Fish.
Yeah, Fish.
Fish is a amazing alternative, because there's a problem Yae has, and that is her DPS is not worth the amount of field time it takes to activate it. Because it takes about, to do a full rotation, it would take about 3 skills, then burst, then 3 skills. And a lot of people say, well, don't use the 3 skills. Well, if you're not going to use the 3 skills and you're just going to use the burst, then you're losing. Then you're losing that damage anyway. And if that's what you're going to do, you might as well bring in someone else who can do the job better. And while her burst is undeniably one of the most powerful, I think it is one of the most powerful in the game. It's either the first or second most, because I think Ayato.
No, Eula exists.
Yeah, and Eula, but
then Ayaka. I would say Eula, Ayaka, then her. So I'd put her third.
Yeah,
it's undeniably one of the best. Like, we all know that. But the problem is, unlike Eula and Ayaka, they have 20-second long cooldowns, and they have decent batteries. Yae doesn't. Yae has a 22-second long cooldown, which doesn't sound bad initially. But the problem is, it really fucks over certain rotations that 2 seconds of time is 2 seconds of lost. My dog is pissed. That's like 2 seconds of lost buff time for like Kazuha Swirl or Bennett, because for some fucking reason her turrets don't snapshot. In the current meta, she doesn't really have any solidified spot. There's nothing that Yae can do that another character can't do, and that's 100% going to change, because as soon as she gets her own artifact set, as soon as she gets her own dedicated support, if she does. I know Kujosara exists, but like as soon as she gets a dedicated artifact set, she's going to fucking far and away out other characters. But right now, there's nothing Yae can do that makes her better than someone like Fischl or... Actually, that's all I got. Just Fischl.
Not that many good Electro units.
Yeah, there really isn't, and it's kind of fucking sad. I know that this is like an unpopular opinion, but I preach that Electro needs a fucking buff. At very least, they need to change that resonance.
I think the resonance definitely needs to be touched.
Resonance is awful, but yeah, that's my opinion on Miko. She is not.
She's suffering until she gets that set.
There's a video that really symbolizes the point I'm making, and there's like a video where somebody has like 3 members on a team and they're like doing damage, and it takes longer for them to do a full clear than it does for them with Miko. And a lot of people see that video and they're like, oh well, that's dumb, like they must be fucking up because you have a 4th member, obviously you're doing more damage. But it's not more damage, it is more DPS. You're doing more DPS because of how long it takes for Yae to do all of her turrets, and then to do her burst and do all of her turrets again. The cost of opportunity that takes up eats away at a lot of DPS that you can get otherwise by using a different team. That's the problem with Yamiko. I don't understand why they made her turrets a 3-tick when they could have just made it a 1-tick like Fischl. I know they did it for like the cutesy, fox turret thing, but I feel like when it gets to a point when aesthetic starts to kind of fuck over gameplay. Like it gets to a point when aesthetic is not as good as just, fun functioning character. I know like they kind of sort of addressed some of her issues, but I still think that until she gets an artifact set, or until, I don't know, maybe they lower her burst by 2 fucking seconds. Come on, Mihoyo, please. And there's no real reason to grab her. Not that it matters. I think her banner is already over.
I just think her E needs to be like around shout speed. I don't understand why they did it like that. Or give it iframes.
Honestly, just steal what they did for Kokomi and put it on top. That'd be Gucci.
I think I had a really interesting solution proposed to me the other day because I made a video. I made like 8 videos on Yamiko because I was so fucking pissed off because the problem is she's okay. That's the problem. She's just okay. Because, had it been like another character then like nobody gave a shit about, like, what's the name of that new bitch that's coming out? I'm not gonna say her name, but like the bitch with the bow, you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Predictions. Like, if she comes out and she's just okay, like nobody's gonna care. But Yamiko was hyped up for half of a fucking year and she came out like that. Like,
that's true.
Come on, man.
That's true.
Like, if it had been anyone else, it wouldn't have mattered. But it was
Miko based off of Yae Sakura from Honkai. Like, they had a lot going into it.
Yeah, they really put the shotgun in their mouth and pulled the trigger with that one, man. There was so much opportunity, and like her banner cells really show it too. But
yeah,
I'm gonna quit ranting about Yamiko now. We can move on.
All right, so it's time to talk about some Dendro. Honestly, I'm of the camp that Dendro's not coming until 3.0.
Agreed.
Like
they're not going to release it till 3.0.
Yeah, I just don't.
Obviously, they're gonna
I don't think. No, it's because some people still think like it's gonna be released like maybe 1 or 2 patches before 3.0. Like I imagine we're gonna go to like 2.8 for this whole chapter.
Oh, dude, I hope not.
I think we are because I think
I honestly think that Genshin is probably like the developers. I honestly think they're like full sending the Sumeru development right now because like think about it, like Genshin is so fucking dead right now. Like nobody is talking about it anymore. Well, not nobody. It's still higher on the scales than Fortnite, which is something a lot of people don't know. But like Fortnite is also dead, so like come on, man. I feel like they're gonna like kind of full send it, increase it a little bit, and models for the fucking oh shit, I can't say that, can I? I had a dream where
I see. You had a dream, you say.
Dreamer.
I had a dream back when Ito first came out, and in my dream there was a model of a giant tree, and in the tree there was again, this is a dream. There was a building that was carved into the tree. And there was a white model around it, and that had like a huge staircase coming out of it, and that was back in 2.1, because that was before Ito came out. That was when Ito was still... Or was that 2.2 or... No. When was Ito?
Ito was like... Ito was 2.3.
Yeah, so it was 2.2 when that came out, and that was, like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was 4 months ago.
Time flies. Time flies, man. Time flies. But honestly, I think Dendro's gonna have to be one of the transformative elements.
I 100% agree. I think Electro is gonna be like the. I think Electro is gonna be a buff to pretty much all the elements except Pyro and Hydro.
It's funny because we already know what Dendro and Pyro are gonna do. They're gonna do burning, so Pyro just gets more damage. So I really wonder what it's gonna do for like the others.
This is not a leak, by the way, but it's like an idea I had. So, like I was thinking about reactions that could potentially exist, and I was talking about it on a live stream, and I had this really kind of interesting idea called Frostbite, which is either Dendro and Cryo, which would probably be the only one, because I feel like Dendro should have like its own unique element with every element, because we know right now Dendro has a reaction with Pyro.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that would not cross over Pyro and also Geo, so I have a feeling it's going to have its own reaction with each of the other, primary elements, excluding Animo and Geo.
Yeah.
And one of the ideas I had was called Frostbite, and it's like kind of like tick damage, kind of like burning, but it instead of doing just a shit ton of damage all at once, it also does like it heavily slows down the enemies. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot. That doesn't sound like it'd be a very good thing. But like in a current meta where Abyss Hound whelps are jumping back into Nevada.
That's true.
6
That's
seconds
true.
And just completely terramorphing the area around them with their janky ass hitboxes. That would be game changing. Because while its DPS itself would be kind of dog shit, the window of opportunity it opens up would definitely outweigh the downside of not having, say, like I don't know, the explosive combo that is Hydro and Pyro on every single fucking team in the game. I think that'd be kind of interesting. It'd change up the gameplay a lot because I'm all for doing more damage, but I feel like the more creative ways we get to do damage, it'd make a better experience while also increasing the
100%
entertainment.
And that's why I keep telling people, like, everybody wants every other element to like do what Pyro does and just do like straight damage. But I'm sitting there like, that's the thing. Pyro, all we do is damage. We have like no form of freaking like crowd control except freaking overload, and we have most of the time we don't even want that.
Oh shit, I think my mic is picking up some of your speech.
All
right, there we go.
But yeah, I was like, and I'm telling them like, the fact that Electro has a lot of utility is awesome. Now, don't get me wrong, maybe with Dendro they can finally get that one reaction that's just like insane damage. I don't think it's a bad thing to have a reaction that gives you access to like an insane amount of damage, but at the same time, you guys don't. I don't think you guys want all the elements to be doing what Pyro does, because we'll lose out on so many other aspects in the game that just help us out.
You know damn well that the community doesn't think like that.
I know they don't.
They cares about boners in their bands that the idea of doing 6% more damage when they get an ammo spell refinement. That's all they care about.
Yeah, the community doesn't really understand this thing called utility. They just want demolish. That's all they really want. It just doesn't make me see big number like full caveman status.
Oh, Wither for Cryo and Dendro. That actually sounds like a good name, Wither. That'd be actually a good reaction name.
See, you know it's a realistic issue when the guy who mains Eula is sitting here preaching that big number does not equal fun.
I mean, it's fun for a little bit until that's all you're seeing.
When I first got Zhao, it was a shit ton of fun one-shotting every hilly churl. Then I one-shotted every hilly churl.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, it's not.
That's the problem.
Not entertaining.
It gets boring after a while. Sometimes I sit there and I'm like, people always ask me on stream, they're like, yo, whoa, where's your Hu Tao? Where's your Hu Tao? I'm like, Hu Tao's on vacation. Because she just kills everything too fast. I don't want to use her all the time.
Dude, my main team on my live streams is Zhao, Ganyu, Hu Tao, and Bennett. And all of them are crowned, all of them have their signature weapons, and all of them are like C1 or Bennett C5. And I fucking run around, the people doing my live stream, they're like, why the fuck are you using 3 DPSs? And I'm like, because this game's piss easy and I can just yawn wildly and kill everything.
That's so
like,
true.
I honestly think it's more of a problem if you're walking around with an Abyss-style team comp in the overworld.
Yeah, true. I mean, at this point, the game's so relatively easy. Especially, this is why I tell people, like, people are like, oh, you can whale, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, at the end of the day, once you get the gear that you need, you get your team to the point that you're beating Abyss, just do whatever you want. Because playing by the meta is just asking for yourself to just not have that much fun. Because you don't really need the meta for everything.
Yeah, I agree to a certain extent, but there is one issue that I do think of a lot when people talk about damage.
Yeah.
And that is, this is gonna be fucking clipped, I have a feeling. I think that Genshin, to a certain extent, definitely does need power creep, or at very least buffs. And I know when you first hear that, you're like, oh my god, this guy's a fucking psychopath. But
better be talking about buffs to the enemies.
Oh, we're talking about that at the end? Well, then I'll just talk about power creep in general. Because enemies in this game, I don't think people realize it. I know the older players definitely don't, because, you know, we have all this time to farm for artifacts and shit like that. But to a new player coming in, there's no fucking way they're going to be able to catch up. Because, you know, we have a year, 2 years, 3 years of resin just spent and pumped into artifacts. Meanwhile, new players are coming in, fucking Abyss. Like I mean, sure, maybe a new player could come in now and just farm Emblem of Severed Fate, because God fucking knows every character and their grandmother wants that set. But like, in general, newer players coming into the game, they can't get the shiny new toys anymore because they're locked behind Inazuma, and their only option is to speedrun there, get all the items, and then once they get all the items, they get to level up their their glorious new character. But oh yeah, got you. Now the enemies here, like the fucking Rift Hounds, the Rift Hound elites, the really big ones, they have more HP than fucking Dvalin does, and that's not even a joke. This overworld enemy officially has more HP than the initial world boss in the game, and I know Dvalin's like piss easy now, and he wasn't when he first came out. I feel like to a certain extent, if their game is going to keep jacking up the enemy difficulty like this, like really good examples, like look at Abyss Heralds and Abyss Lectors, or whatever the fuck, and then compare them to like the Abyss Mages. And you can't say when the game first came out you didn't spend 30 minutes wailing on an Abyss Mage shield, because you didn't know anything about the elements. And nowadays, pro players are spending about 30 seconds, which isn't a lot, but like for Abyss, that's a lot. Just slapping on this Abyss shield. Meanwhile, new players are walking in and they don't know jack shit. They don't have very powerful characters, and they don't have the resin. I know people say all the time, well, like, oh, new artifacts come out, but I don't think that it should get to a point where the game is so difficult, or at least in-game content is so difficult, that new players are just fucked into, oh yeah, you need artifact, you need RNG. I don't like that. I feel like if you're not gonna at least buff some of the older characters and make them a little more viable and give us some form of power creep against the enemies that are already way stronger than us by default, I think you should at least make the enemies not just giant shield sponges and actually give them interesting mechanics that don't just fuck us over. Like, I know the what are they called? The Abyss Malvinships are new and they're powerful and all that, but like, all it really boils down to is this enemy has this one annoying mechanic that completely hinders you, and it's not hard, it's just annoying. There's a difference between difficulty and annoying. I feel like Genshin needs to find that spot, because right now it's just repetitive gameplay that locks you into loops and forces you to use characters you otherwise wouldn't care about.
I mean, Genshin's always been pretty rough on new people. Now it's even worse, because it takes like, what, 2-3 weeks just to get the Inazuma? So even if they summon for like a character that takes especially with the new weekly bosses constantly coming out, because it keeps pushing the bar further and further back. Because I mean, they could get their character to level 6, but who's going to do anything with level 6 talents, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's going to push the bar further and further back as time goes on. So it's something that definitely needs to be fixed somehow. Make old materials relevant again.
True.
I want to interrupt you again. Are you done? Just
No. I'm good, man. I'm just ready to move us along.
I actually had an idea for how to like kind of, it's obviously not a permanent fix, but I was talking about this on the live stream the other day. What if instead of buffing all the old characters, what we do is we kind of push it off for as long as you can, and then like say in Natland or whatever the fuck the final area is, I don't remember. Shesnaya. God, I don't know how I forgot about that. What if we gave players the opportunity to ascend their characters to 100? And then it'd be like super crazy expensive. By ascending your character 100, you unlock a talent that is just fucking overpowered as shit. And every character has one. Either the starter characters, the old characters, and that would give,
basically a way to balance them out later.
That would give all of the old characters, which are no longer meta viable, a new way to play them. And they don't have to be like all the same. They don't have to be like huge damage increases, but I mean like give them something that changes the way they play to an extent that makes them more powerful. Like, so for Zhao is so thirsty for attack percent or elemental resonant shred. So let's say for his final talent, and again I'm biased here, and I know this sounds overpowered, but that's kind of the point, because it's going to be so expensive, like 50, 60 of the boss material and a shit ton of EXP books. I think it should be like increase his attack by insert percentage here every second while he's in his burst, because it's kind of the same thing as what is it, his other passive, where it's like increases damage by 5% for every second or whatever in his burst. But this one would be a scaling off of that, where it's like plus that you also get 18% attack every second while you're in the burst. And I know that's a lot of attack, but like by the time we get to that point in the game, the enemy scaling is going to be way higher, and that would give at least some of the older characters something to do. I know, like, it sounds stupid, but like, think about it, like.
All I'm gonna
Further
say
down
is
the
this,
road.
bro. Look forward to the stream next week. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah.
say. That's all I
We have
gotta
69
say.
viewers, by the way. Just want to throw that.
Yeah, man, feels good. Just look,
Uh,
keep that idea. Just look forward to the stream.
Someone who
next week.
doesn't have many dreams.
Yeah,
You're quite the avid dreamer here.
yeah, for real.
That wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't a.
Oh no! It's okay. That's a good idea, man. Like I said, just look forward to the stream next week. All right.
And I'm like actually genuinely confused. Can you like?
I can't tell you.
DM,
Just watch the
DM me
preview
something,
stream
like-
next. Oh man, you'll figure it out. Watch the preview stream next week. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, midterms next week.
Oh man, you'll figure it out, bro. You'll figure it out. Don't worry.
All right.
All right. Anyway, let's talk about this because you wanted to talk about the state of the community, Genshin's
Oh yeah,
community.
it's dog shit.
Yeah. So first off, real quick, this chart that you guys are seeing right now is the Google Trends chart, and this is for people searching Genshin Impact and Genshin. Genshin Impact is the blue, Genshin is the red, and this is people searching for Genshin on Google for the past year. If you look towards the end of the chart, you'll notice that Genshin is in
Dead as
a
shit.
yeah. It's not being searched as much as it used to. So it's actually lower. So right now it's kind of at an all-time low. So I'll let you guys take over.
Well,
It's kind of self-explanatory, right?
I mean,
I
it
was
is
about to
pretty
say, that wasn't
self-explanatory.
really what I was talking about when I was more so referring to the Genshin community. I'm more so referring about how the community seems to be rabid dogs that likes to tear people apart if they so much as dare have a different opinion than me. You know what I mean?
I don't even know
Yo,
what's
yo-
the deal with that. Like,
Dude, you might not, because I know you've been away for a long time, because I used to watch your shit back in like fucking
no,
back
man,
when Raiden first came out.
I've been keeping track of what they're doing. I just don't
You haven't
understand
been
why
doing a
people
good job,
care.
my guy, because it is fucking awful. Maybe it's because I spend a lot of time on Twitter, and Twitter is a fucking cesspool of dog shit and
No, man, I
diseases.
saw what happened to Toronto and Blish. That was horrible. It made no
Like,
damn
it
sense.
seems like Genshin creators, like, here's my theory. So, like, when we run out of content, well, of course, naturally, we just make content. And how we're gonna make content? First, what we're gonna do is I'm not gonna say his name, but Big Streamer number 1 is gonna make a slightly vague tweet about Big Streamer number 2, and then Big Streamer number 2 is gonna get curious and ask Big Streamer number 1, and then Big Streamer number 1 is gonna get pissed off and call out Big Streamer number 2's friend, and then Big Streamer number 2's friend just throws his fucking cock in the ring, and now there's a all-out brawl between 3 communities that didn't fucking matter because it was just some stupid, petty drama over something that didn't matter. And it's not just like for just big streamers. Like, you can say anything about a character, doesn't matter who it is. Like, I personally, again, I hate Raiden. I made a video talking about how I didn't like Raiden and why I didn't like Raiden, and I got so many fucking comments in that video where people were just like, "Oh man, this guy doesn't like Raiden. Fuck this guy." I got death threats. I got death threats over that shit, which is not common. I get death threats all the time, but like, I see that and I'm just like, y'all do realize I'm a real person and you are insulting me because I have an opinion on fucking code on a screen, right? Can y'all like get some bitches and leave me alone? Like, it's
Yeah,
so
I
dumb.
never understood how the community. I never understood how the community reached this point. It's always been ridiculous to me.
I know why. It's because it essentially boils down to 3 reasons, and I know Valk talked about this before, because Valk, believe it or not, I actually watched your shit some time ago. The first reason, and the one that Valk always brings up, is a lot of the Genshin community are younger. Like, fuck, even me.
Oh yeah, they are.
I'm 18. I'm not that old, but there are fucking people out there, like, on Twitter, 14, 15 years old, shouldn't even be on the damn site. And they believe, like, they have, what do you call it, main character syndrome, where they think that just because, they're them, that their opinion is better than anybody else. And if you disagree with them, well, you're wrong. And not only that, this is a gacha game. And, gacha games, they make their money based off, people growing attached to characters. So, let's say you really like, what's her fucking name? You really like Ayaka or whatever. No, Ayaka. Let's just say you really like Ayaka. Well, chances are if you really like Ayaka, you like her because you sort of see yourself in that character. Like, I really like Zhao because he's a douchebag. But, so, like, I see myself in Zhao, sorta. So other people, they see that but they can't see past that. So if somebody comes out and insults Ayaka, then they feel like they've been insulted because they see themselves in the character. So their first instinct is to insult the person who had a different opinion than them because they feel like they've been hurt. And I know a lot of people don't think about that, but it's kind of like the mentality of gacha games. Their whole gimmick is they need to grab you with characters that you can relate to so that you're more willing to spend money on it. And I know a lot of people kind of don't believe that's true, but I knew a guy who he really liked well, it wasn't Dokkan Battle, but it was like some fucking Dragon Ball game, and he was ready to drop $500 on one of the characters in the game, one female character, if it was from one of the newer seasons. And he didn't do it because he found out the in-game character had an in-game husband. So people, yeah. So people get so attached to these characters, and you know, if you say something bad about it, they feel genuinely insulted. And I know that not the entirety of the community isn't like that, but the community that is like that is so loud and vocal.
They are vocal.
They don't give a shit. And that's why I say all the time, I hate the Genshin Impact community, but I like my community because I have the power to remove people like that. If you come into my server and you know you're chill, you know, obviously nothing's gonna happen. We've had people blatantly break the rules and we're just like, okay. Just like they're just there so I can get rid of people. But if you come in the server fucking swinging your dick around, just insulting people, because there's one guy who joined my server and I don't remember what the fuck he said. He said something about Amber and somebody didn't agree with him, and his first instinct was not just, you know, you have a valid opinion, I agree or disagree or whatever. Like, it was very first instant, just completely started insulting this guy. And some of the things he said to them are things that my great grandpa would have said, you know, in World War II and shit. Like, some of the things he said are genuinely heinous. And it all started because one guy was like, oh yeah, well, fuck this character I like. And I guess Twitter just has this aura that attracts these people, and it just so happens that, you know, if you want a big media presence, you know, you have to, you know, you branch out, you go to Twitter, you go to Reddit, you go to what I would say Facebook, but fuck that. So, you know, you just go to all these different sites, and you know, now that these big creators are there, then people start funneling around them, and now there's people that are at teeth at their characters, they're at teeth at each other because of the content creator they're at teeth with each other because another guy who has no media presence whatsoever said an opinion that you didn't like. So it's like all these clashing opinions with people that feel like they are the main character of their own anime, just attacking each other for the what? Like, what do you get? All it does is make everybody else look at it. So, like, there's fucking people I know in real life that look into the game and they're like, oh, look at that fucking circus. Fucking binoculars in the fucking bushes outside, honestly, zooming in, enhancing on our dumbass.
That's how it feels anytime drama goes down throughout content creators.
Yeah,
I just sit back and watch with my popcorn, dude, because odds are it's petty high school bullshit.
I'm like, oh, fucking hell yeah. There's drama going on. Like, people just, I don't know.
It's, he don't like me. Oh, no. You don't like me. Oh, no. Well, fuck you. Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, and it's not just that. It's just people don't feel like they have the chance to talk to each other anymore. Like, if drama happens, people don't handle it like human beings anymore. It's like, oh, well, this guy talked bad about me. Fuck that guy. You know what? Not only fuck that guy, fuck everybody who associated with him. Meanwhile, you know, there's people like me and you and, you know, more level-headed creators. I don't know any of them, but I'm sure they exist. And they like,
do.
You know, there was this guy. He had like 27,000 subs, and you know, I'm fucking tiny. I'm non-existent. I'm a literal Z-lister. And there was some fucking guy, and he made a video shit-talking me. And instead of making a response video shit-talking the guy, I reached out to him and was like, hey man, like, I see you made a video about me. There's a conversation to be had here. Do you want to talk about it? He fucking ignored me, blew me off, because, I don't know, it just not as big as him. I guess he didn't get the reaction he wanted out of me, but the entire fucking community is like that because
they're young people. They're young. That's what I said before. There are a lot of people that haven't matured yet. They haven't had like real world experiences and shit. They don't realize the shit they're arguing about don't matter.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm not gonna sit here and, like, you know, Bible beat and be like, I'm better than all of you, because I'm fucking not. Yeah, again, I'm young. I understand that I fuck up a lot, but like, I know when I get pissed off at people, because, like, I'll sit down and, you know, fucking spend 18 hours typing up numbers, and then some guy who doesn't, you know, they get information from XYZ source and don't actually test numbers themselves come in and just completely disregard 18 hours of work. That shit pisses me off, and I will not going to sit here and say that I don't get pissed off at people in my Discord. There have been people I've legitimately removed because they're just the only term I can really use to describe it is willfully ignorant. And I understand that it's super immature of me, but like it's just aggravating that the entire community is just like that, and it feels like there's a cesspool of people regurgitating dog shit and people fighting each other again. I'm like a broken record here because it's a lot of bullshit that doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it's only been getting worse too. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, because the longer we go without content, the more people make their content.
We're too busy not playing, so we're just fighting each other.
Yeah, I can't play the game. We're gonna make a game. Yeah, that's what my whole fucking channel is about nowadays. It's like, oh, I've joked about it with Valk earlier. I'll like see a comment, somebody makes like a dog shit remark, and I'll make a video about it. I'm obviously not about that person. Like I'm not that petty. Like I'm petty, but I'm not that petty. I'm not gonna make a whole fucking video being like, fuck this guy in particular. This fucker right here, fucking pin him on the video. This guy said something I didn't like. I'm not gonna do that. But like, if it's a general statement that I see all the time, I'm gonna talk about it. And people don't like it when you talk about the problems in the game. I don't understand why.
I mean, a lot of people don't even like people just being negative about the game. You had a video about that recently.
People think I fucking hate Genshin. I literally made a video yesterday, and I was like, dude, I fucking hate. Some dude was like, oh, why do you play the game if you hate it? And I was like, I don't hate it, but I feel like if you love something enough, you should be able to point out its flaws and still enjoy it, you know what I mean? Just because you give a game criticism doesn't mean you don't like the game. Point I made, Spooky's House of Jump Scares. That's my favorite horror game of all time, and it's a fucking dog shit game. It's repetitive as shit. The monsters are literally 2D images, but I love it because it has a special place in my heart. But I'm not, just because I love it, I'm not going to sit there and be like, yeah, it's the best fucking horror game of all time, because it's not. It's very obviously not. It has its flaws. I can point them out, but just because I point them out doesn't mean I don't love it. And the same thing can be applied to Genshin. Like, I love this game, but there's problems in it, and the problems are never going to get fixed if they're never addressed. And for some reason, the community feels like if they just ignore it, it'll go away, I guess. Like if you talk about problems, people get fucking pissed. Like, it's like they think that if MiHoYo gets a little bit of criticism, they're just going to collapse. But that's not how the world works. You know, MiHoYo is not going to fucking shrivel and perish because Dickmaster69 on Reddit said that he didn't like the game. Like, it's not how the world works, you know what I mean?
True.
I don't think people realize that.
That's very true.
It's weird.
Wait, you see, this is the part of the
thing that annoys me the most about that crowd is the people who just defend everything. They have an excuse for everything that MiHoYo does.
The white
my god, I could make.
But you see, part of the problem is that MiHoYo supports that behavior because you heard he got blacklisted from freaking content creator program because he criticized the game.
Yeah, but I'm also banned. I'm banned. I'm banned from the official Reddit. I'm banned from the official Discord. I'm blacklisted from the content creator program. I'm banned from Tectone's Discord. I'm banned from Dish's fucking shit. I don't even know if it is Dish, but I know there's some
what did you do?
That's an absolute menace out
here. Yeah, you did way more than you let off.
I got banned. I got banned from Tectone's Discord because I was 17 and the mods really hated me because there was a time where the community was kind of tight-knit and everybody knew who I was, and one of the mods really did not like me. And as soon as my brother just screamed, he's got 5 stars on GTA. I said, what the fuck? I said, I don't remember what I said. I said in passing like I was 17, and literally as soon as I said it, gone. And I got banned from the official Reddit because when Anniversary happened, I made like a really long post about it, and the post went up. It was up for like a couple seconds, and then as soon as it happened, I got banned, and I got a little message from it.
Okay.
That was actually why that was my first video, was about the Anniversary Awards, because I felt like I got fucked over because I literally went to every source I could talk about the problem, and everybody, and it literally everywhere I went, I got blacklisted, and yeah.
I need to know about the Dish. What happened with Dish?
I don't even know if it was Dish. It was some female Genshin creator, and that's like the only one I know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I was about to say, man, like, what could you have done to this? Like, Dish's community, your community's comfy as mess.
I don't even know. It probably wasn't her, but it was a really popular female content creator, and I don't even remember what I did. I probably did something fucking stupid. I probably did something I thought was funny, because I'm a fucking Z-lister. Like, nobody knows who I am, so I can go in, like, hey, what's up? Like, actually, that's not true. I played co-op once, and some dude recognized me, and I left, and I haven't played co-op since, but...
Ain't trying to get found
like,
in these streets.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like, getting back on track, I feel like that aspect of the community, like, they feel like if they criticize the game, you know, they're gonna get banned or something. That's the only real reason I can think of. But coming from a rational being, I took economics for 3 years in high school, and I know that sounds like dog shit, like, oh, you took economics, but like, I learned a lot of shit. And businesses, especially, what they usually tend to do is they take the easiest way out. So, like, say there's a really big problem, like anniversary. So anniversary, like, I think we can all agree that that was a slap in the face to the community.
Was.
I think we can all
100%.
agree.
No questions
I
asked.
literally went in there with, I was expecting nothing, and I was disappointed with anniversary. And I know a lot of people say that, you know, that 10 wishes for the stars was to celebrate the anniversary, and that's actually not what it was. That was a fall festival, or mooncake festival, which is a Japanese event, and that's why it was called the Moon Chase Festival, because it was based off the Mooncake Festival, and it just so happened to correspond with anniversary. So to me, I think the anniversary rewards was those 40 primo gems that we got from the thing.
Yeah, anniversary was something I completely forgot about. I'm not gonna lie. Like, somebody brought up one of my videos.
To the back
I
of your mind.
suppressed that stuff.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
like an abused child with an alcoholic father, I suppressed that memory. Second somebody brought it back up, I looked into the distance like a Vietnam vet. Heard some bang bang in the background.
Fucking shaking in your chair, just like, oh
Oh,
shit.
man.
But like, that was such a fucking slap in the face, and people, you know, they said something about it. Granted, it got me banned everywhere, but, you know, I got up, I said something about it, and, you know, things changed. Like, obviously, we took it a little too far. I do think the review bombing was fine when it was on Genshin's account, because they were censoring it everywhere else. But as soon as it started going to, like, Google Classroom, I think that was a little too far.
Man, yeah, we went, like, the community went too far. They were going after things that didn't even make sense.
I genuinely don't think that was members of the Genshin community. I genuinely think that was trolls. I do not think that was actually...
Man, I wouldn't put it past our community, though. That's the thing.
I wouldn't either, but I was in a Discord with a couple of friends. I use that term very loosely, and they were planning to do that for Genshin just because they didn't like the game and they wanted to make it look bad. So I do think, maybe not all of them, but I do think a good portion of them were trolls. But again, like, we got up, we said something about it, we changed what it should have been, and, you know, MiHoYo, believe it or not, you know, they stood back. They were like, holy shit, we fucked up. Bring out the paid for pack that we were gonna make them buy, and everybody got free shit.
Yeah,
but
it did happen.
People don't look at that now. They're just like, okay, well, because, like, there's proof that if we're loud enough, we can change things.
Oh no, there is.
Nobody wants to, because I guess they feel like, I don't know, baby MiHoYo is gonna shrivel and perish. But, like, MiHoYo is a multi-billion-dollar company. They're not gonna go bankrupt because, you know, they had to give out a little bit of extra rewards. You know, like, they're not gonna go bankrupt if they have to fix a little bit of in-game issues. They're not gonna go bankrupt if they're gonna fix, you know, some broken skills. I mean, fuck, Zhao's elemental skill sometimes does no damage. It's been like that ever since he's come out. And it fucking pisses me off when it happens, especially in Abyss. Zhen Yan's shield is busted. Aloy's ICDs fuck her over. We're not even going to Yoimiya, but, like, there's a lot of characters that could use, not a buff, but, like, minor tweaks. Fix some of the broken parts of their kit. Make them a little better. Ayaka and Mona's dash is another good example. I know they changed it, but they still get caught on fucking nothing. I'll be running around the overworld and just, I don't know, a gnat's ass hair worth of a polygon is sticking out of the ground, and now I'm stuck on it and can't move. I mean, like, stuff like that. There's no reason why this multi-million, almost billion-dollar game that at a time was more popular than Fortnite should be allowed to get away with things like this, but people still look at it and think it's like, you know, baby company MiHoYo. Like, they're an indie company. Well,
I think part of the problem, though, is the community is so big. Like, you think, like, it's you. Sorry, like, a good chunk of us are people who've played gacha games before, right?
Yeah.
But then there's that group of people who have never dealt with a game like this, you know? And that's the part of the problem. Like, there's such a huge divide. And, like, you know, some people sometimes we're vocal about it because we get enough people that actually care. But the thing is that there are other people that they don't even know what's really happening. That's the thing.
Yeah. And I think another thing to go on to your point, I feel like a lot of people, this is like their first gacha game, so they don't know what to expect.
Exactly.
MiHoYo is trying to treat the game like it is a AAA game while having the monetary system of a gacha game, and that doesn't work. Because for a AAA game, you know, you could sell it could be dog shit, like Fallout 76. That's a great example. I know they kind of fix it, but like they get your money as soon as you buy that game. They don't have to do shit else for you. You bought the game, it's your property. It doesn't work like that for MiHoYo. MiHoYo is a gacha game. They make money off of the backs of their player base, their community.
Mm-hmm.
If they keep making shitty decisions, eventually the community is going to get fed up. It's just a matter of time of how long that happens. The problem is, Genshin Impact is such a big game. It is in such a niche market. There's no other game that can come out. Like, I know people throw around Genshin Killers, which is a crock of shit. There is no game.
That just makes me laugh, bro.
There is no game that can fill the niche Genshin feels anytime soon. And if it does, a lot of people aren't just willing to just fucking throw their dick on the table and throw out all of the, you know, the investment into it. I got a 1.5 year of investment. You really think that insert gacha game clone comes out, then I'm just gonna be like, oh well, fuck this entire thing I did here. Let me go play this game. Like, that's not gonna fucking happen. And it's the same for a lot of people. Yeah. But people don't look at it like that. They're like, they just continue to ignore the problems. And Genshin or MiHoYo, fuck Hoyoverse. I'm gonna call him MiHoYo. MiHoYo, they see that and they're like, okay, well now we know we can get away with this and this and this because the community doesn't understand how gacha games work, and they're getting away with it because I hate to be a pretentious douchebag, but because they're uneducated on how the model works, the business model works.
Oh, yeah.
Because in a gacha game, we as the players, we have the power to incite change. Because we are the reason why the company exists, because it's a free game. They don't make jack shit without us. But the community is just so scared. I don't know. I guess they feel like they're being entitled. I can't even really say that because, you know, meanwhile, they're okay getting fucked on the ass by MiHoYo, but then they'll go on Twitter and bitch about I don't know, Miko being a lesbian or whatever. Like, I just don't understand, man.
I mean, the thing is that we've brought in so many different viewpoints that it's hard to, like, just get everybody under one thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That is exactly the problem. You're 100% right. That is the issue. Because Genshin, when it first came out at such a golden time. Because you need to think about it. It came out when, what is it?
COVID.
Yes, that word. It came out when COVID happened.
Man, I forgot the plague, dude.
And like, it came, not only that, but Genshin came out when the game market was dry as shit.
Yep.
It was barren. I've seen more moisture in a desert than I saw in the game market at that time. I know that's what happened because that's what happened to me. Because I would literally had not touched video games in ages. The last video game I played was Fortnite. I know, cringe. But fucking the game came out and all of a sudden everybody was just playing it, and then it fucking blew up and it brought in all these people, and now it's like, here's the 14-year-olds that think that their opinion matters. Here's the 18-year-olds that have a decent head. Here are the content creators. Here is the lesbians. Here is the gays. Here is the this, the that, the that. This person likes this character. And now there's like a fucking 800 different groups. It's like the fucking, what is it called? The different arcs from the Hunger Games series, just all at each other's throats because they have different opinions. Meanwhile, fucking Big Daddy MiHoYo's up there with puppet strings, making them dance while also sucking the money out of their wallet. And nobody wants to turn to point the gun at the big guy. They just want to point the gun at each other. And MiHoYo has no incentive to stop that because the longer it happens, the more money they make. That's why I don't think it's ever going to change until eventually you're throwing water on an oil fire, essentially. Eventually, it's going to blow up. We've seen it blow up before. It blew up when Zhongli came out and he was shit.
Yeah.
I know some people think he wasn't, but fact of the matter was there was enough outcry to get him to change. It happened with Anniversary. It's just a matter of time before it happens again. But I think people need to realize that when that happens, that should be the kind of clicking moment where, like, holy shit, we have power. But it's never gonna fucking happen. It's so dumb. I don't understand the community, man.
I mean, it's really just, there's just so many heads clashing, man. There's just so many heads clashing that it takes something It usually takes something big for us to all just be like, yeah. I mean, in the case of Zhongli, he happened to be an Archon, so that was big enough, you know?
Well, no. That wasn't the reason why it changed. You want to know the real reason why it finally changed?
It's probably China.
Yeah, that's actually.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's because he's an Archon, though.
Yeah, but yeah, he was the god of China, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
So, when he came out and he was weak, that was the only reason why it changed. Because the scene community was like, I don't know, they just fucking walked in there. It's like, you know what? But I guess the lawsuit threatens to work. Eventually, they were like, they literally
had something to do with
they threatened him with the
assassination
CCP.
They literally
They did everything.
Yeah, they literally tried everything. Their last resort card was essentially sucking the dick of the Chinese community, being like, "You released a character that makes us look bad to the entire world. How dare you, Mihoyo? Now all the other global players are gonna think we're weak because our god is dog shit." And then Mihoyo was like, "Oh wait, oh my god, they're right." And then they fucking buff Zhongli. That's what we need to do from now on. Whenever we have a problem, we just need to like. Just literally get on our hands and knees and be like, you're making the Chinese community look bad by giving us this dog shit thing. Insert bad thing here. You're making the community look awful by giving us shitty artifact rates.
I mean, they've kind of set the standard forth that the Archons are just going to be the best characters. So if you just want strong characters, just say for Archons, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, unless your name is Venti.
Venti,
I mean, Venti had his time in the sun.
Nah, he's one of two spectrums.
Inazuma came
Venti's
and got
either
him.
absolutely broken to where he trivializes whatever it is you're doing, or he's totally useless. Yeah, he's one of the two. He's never in between.
People still put him in triple S tier, but like more enemies in the game now exist that can't be CC'd than enemies that can be CC'd.
Because Inazuma built
like,
different.
He's like 50-50.
Yeah. Well, no, not even, because name the last time in Spiral Abyss where Venti was actually useful.
The dual samurais.
Actually,
what was that, like 3 ago?
Name a point in Abyss where he was more useful over a different character like Kazuha.
The dual samurais, like 3 abysses ago. I stick with
How
that.
long ago was that?
3, I think.
3 patches?
Yeah, exactly. So it's been like
3 abysses ago.
3 abysses.
Yeah, exactly. It's been ages, man.
Because he could group up the 2 samurais, so he could one-shot them both, and then speedrun the abyss.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he still is a speedrun
god.
god. He's used for a lot of
Can't do that.
speedruns.
I'm poor. I don't make any money off YouTube.
I forget about that.
I qualify for it, and I have like a sizable amount of money in there, but I'm gonna do it for fun until I don't. I just have a shit ton of money in there. Hey, by the way, guys, just fucking roll open the account one day, all C6.
It's good.
Oh, you can go fuck yourselves. I'm a whale now.
Yeah. All right. So we are supposed to do the Q&A section next, but we ran over anyway. So we could just skip it since you already did that Q&A video for your channel.
No. There's new people here, and I love talking about myself. So let's go ahead and do that.
All right, man. All right, let's do it. We'll do some rapid fire. All right. So obviously, first one, gotta ask it. What got you into Genshin Impact?
Oh God. I was on Twitter. I know. Like, you crucify me later. I was on Twitter, and I had a friend. Her name was Appy, and hi Appy if you're watching this. She's like a super big weeb, and that's not even like an insult. She identifies as weeb, and I had seen the ads for Genshin going up to its release. But, mobile games are dog shit more often than not.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw the ads, and I was like, oh, there's no fucking way this game's gonna be that good, because that was the first time I'd seen it. I was just like, oh, they're just chess club, trying to sell their product at whatever reputational means. And the day it came out, I was in class. I was in my second period. It was back when online class was still a thing. And I got a message from Appy, and she was like, "Hey, Soul." I'm like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "What's up, fucker?" And it's like, "What do you want?" She's like, "This game came out. Play it with me." And I'm like, "Why would I do that?" And she's like, "It has co-op." And I'm like, "All right, Chief, I'm downloading it now." So I literally downloaded it, and I'm not kidding. I literally skipped school for like 3 days just to play Genshin. I first started, and the scene that got me into it was the scene where you're walking out by the Hilly Trail camp, the very first one, and Dvalin flies overhead. And when I first saw that, I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. Nowadays, if I go back and watch it, I'm like, this story is fucking dog shit. What was I thinking? it kind of goes back to like I was looking at it through rose tinted glasses. It struck me during the pandemic. It also struck me without getting too personal at a point where I was not great mentally, and it also struck me at a point where I had other people who cared about me playing it, so we all played it together, and it was some of the most fun I've ever had. Nowadays, all those people, as Zhongli would say, where are those who share the memories? They're gone.
Isn't that facts?
They fucking dip.
They all gone.
They you know that meme where the guy like fucking does the piece and then slowly
Yep.
fades out?
Yeah,
they did that.
That's them. Deuces.
Don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
But longest story short, yeah, that's how I got into Genshin.
Okay, all right.
But I didn't start making content until like a year and a half later. Okay.
Hey, man, it be like that sometimes. So, who is your favorite character and why?
I mean, she's already said that.
Oh, he did?
I have
Yeah, a couple
I have-
times.
I
I
wasn't
have
paying
a
attention.
really
I'm
I
not
did.
even-
Who was it?
Is he asking me?
Oh.
Yeah,
No,
now,
Valk,
who
you
is
said-
Oh,
it?
Who was it?
Xiao. You said Xiao because he's a douchebag.
Oh
like
yeah,
you.
that's true.
Yeah, Zhao
Yeah.
is actually not my favorite character. He's
Ah,
my
see?
second- he's my
Aw.
Good
second
question.
favorite character.
You weren't
I was
listening.
bamboozled all
It
along,
was
dude.
Zhao. Had you asked me like 3 months ago, it would have been Zhao.
Who's your new favorite character?
It's Sucrose. I love her.
Sucrose.
She's so precious. I love her.
Yo, we got a sucrose sip up in here. You don't hear
Sucrose.
that.
Sucrose, Zhao, and Hu Tao are my top 3.
So sucrose is your number one.
So it's because of her backstory, man. I fucking
Okay.
love her. And she's such a nerdy little dipshit. She spends all of her time poking flowers. She spends all the time touching grass. And I feel like the Genshin Impact community can relate to that.
Yeah.
You need to
Digging
go
up
touch some
bones.
fucking grass. I love her. I genuinely love her. Her story is depressing, but like I really do like her. She's been my like a sleeper favorite. She was actually the first 4-star I got, and she's been kind of like, I've always said she's my favorite, but I never really committed to her. And recently I was like, oh fuck it, and I tried her out and had a lot of fun with her. She's definitely one of my favorite characters.
All right, respect, man.
If I had to pick another character, it'd be Zhao. And
Nah. You sucrose. You a sucrose man,
I
man.
have to put it very simply. I'm not gay, but the things I would do to Zhao would make you think
Oh.
otherwise.
Oh,
Leave
good
it
to
at
know.
that.
Good to know.
Leave it at that.
Good to know. All right. So, as a content creator, what are some of the difficulties you've had with content creation?
Oh god, the death threats, 100%.
Mm.
I get a lot of those because I am. I just do not give a flying fuck about other people's opinions, and I obviously you can tell I don't speak with a censor. And I was raised in like the deep south where like if you have an opinion you say it. People on the internet, they don't like that.
Nope.
They really
Not
don't
at
like
all.
that, dude.
Not at all.
They do not like that.
No, they do
So
not.
I'll say something somebody don't like, and I don't mince my words. And if I get really passionate, you can hear I get like sound really pissed, and I sound pissed off by default. So you can imagine how I sound when I'm actually pissed off. So I come off as very the term people use is confrontational all the time.
Mhm.
That sets people the wrong way, and then they watch my shit and they're like, "Oh fuck!" They're always either like, "Well, fuck this guy," or "Well, I love this guy." It's one or the other. It's just fuck this guy. I like this guy. And people that say fuck this guy, typically they leave a nice KYS. Keep yourself safe in the comment section.
They care about you. They want to let you
Yeah,
know.
man. Yeah, keep yourself safe. KYS, and that just warms my heart a little bit every single time. But other than that, that doesn't really bother me. Like that's the hardest part, but it doesn't bother me. The thing that second probably most hardest part would definitely be coming up with ideas, because I'll literally just be laying in bed one day and a passing thought, and I'll just be like, ooh, that's a video, and then I'll sit down and like I'll literally write like one sentence. It'll be like whatever. Let's just be like douchebags on Twitter, and that's literally it. And then I'll sit down and I'll be like, what the fuck was I thinking? Because I wrote it at like 3 a.m. So I'm like looking at it and I'm like, what the fuck was I? What? Douchebags on Twitter? What? That's the hardest part. Trying to decipher my sleep deprived ass's messages for future me. That's the hardest part of being a content creator. 100%.
All right. So, what else do you play other than Genshin?
Oh god, I play everything. I'm obviously not made of money. I'm a broke ass college student. But I really like Persona 5. I've been playing a shit ton of that recently, specifically Royal. I play a lot of Borderlands 3. Yeah, that's it. I really like those games.
Well, good, man. All right, any hobbies outside of gaming though?
That's kind of harks back to I came from the South. There ain't shit down here, dude. There ain't shit down here. You could go to the mall if you wanted to, but no. And I'm not very fit. I mean, I'm not fat. I'm definitely not, but I'm not athletic at all. I've never been into sports. I think it's boring and it's not fun. And my dad, he loved trying to force me to play football, which I was never good at. So either down here, pretty much your only options are football, go to the mall, or play video games. And I chose video games.
All right.
So no, I don't have hobbies outside of video games.
All right, last question. So, what advice would you give to somebody going into content creation?
Don't fucking do it. It's not worth it.
That's the best advice yet.
But if you want some real advice, this is what I say all the time. Be yourself. Like, don't. Oh, I'm gonna get sappy here. All you people that watch my shit normally, fucking. This is a side of me you'll never see again. Don't get used to it. Damn it. Be yourself, because you can try to be an act. You can try to put up an act. You can try to pretend like you're someone you're not. But eventually, one day, you're gonna slip up. The curtain's gonna fall. And if people don't like what they see on the other side, they'll never look at you the same way again. Don't make that mistake. That would be my advice.
That's good advice, man. That's some good advice. Well, guys, we actually went way over our time limit today.
Dude, I could talk.
Hey, man, it's fine. When the conversation's good, I let it go. That's what I rule with thumb. So, again, special thanks to Soul for showing up to the stream. Greatly appreciate it, man. And also Soul's community for coming by and supporting the stream as well. Greatly appreciate you guys as well in the chat. And also, I want to give another special thanks to RKTSM for getting Valk's avatar done. Greatly appreciate that.
Can I thank my artist?
Yeah, 100%.
All right. So my Discord, there's a guy. His name yes 1641, I think. He made my current profile picture, and he made the one before. He does really cool shit. He's only in my Discord because he is a pussy and won't make a Twitter, so I can plug it. So if you do stop by my Discord, I don't know, DM him, tell him his shit's cool. That'd be cool.
All right, yeah. And also, RKTSM's Twitter is in the description of the video, so please feel free to check out her art. She makes amazing art. Personally, I think she's the best Hu Tao artist in the community. And if you argue that she isn't, then fight me. And also,
yes is better.
No. All right. Anyway, Valk, Soul, you guys got anything you want to say before we end for tonight?
Don't eat the yellow snow.
I gotta say this as my outro for all my shit. I hate all of you, and I know you'll come back anyway. That's my outro.
Hey. So yeah, if you guys want to catch me and Valk watching the 2.6 preview, you know, you can always hit that sub button. Also, you can go and check out Soul's channel. Link is in the description, as well as Valk's. Please go hit them up. They make amazing content.
I make dog shit content.
It's there for you guys to watch if you want to. As always, you know, I gotta say my Latoms. And other than that, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. I'll talk to all of you guys later, and we will see you next week. All right, bye, guys.
Everyone.
Bye.
Everyone.